Good morning, Mike Bowden, Operations Section Chief with Eastern Area Team 1, with your operational briefing for Thursday, August 29th for the Willamette Complex South. So yesterday we had a really good, productive day working on the fire, and today we anticipate the same. We've got a little bit warmer and drier weather across the fire area where we have some lower humidities and higher temperatures. So what that'll result in is any heat that we still have out on the fire we should be able to find it. After the rainfall we received last weekend, where we had about an inch and a half, that really dampened the fire down, and the heat didn't dissipate, but we just really couldn't find it. And as this warm weather and low humidity has come in, it's starting to perk up places where we have some heat, and we're able to discover those and begin to address those. So we'll talk about what happened yesterday and what we have planned for today. So we'll start up here in branch 8 on the chalk fire. The chalk fire is still not fully contained. Division Tango Tango still is not fully contained because of this big bowl here that hasn't burned out and some of the residual heat close to the line. There is a potential still for that to potentially come out, but we're continuing to work on that. So we're patrolling on the direct line, and any heat that we find near that, we're addressing it with our resources, putting that out, and then continuing on the lookout for additional heat sources. We're working on an indirect line here to the west. It's an old shaded fuel break that was put in several years ago. We're looking at gradually opening that up and improving that in case we do have an event where we have some east winds. On the Division Kilo Kilo, that is in really good shape. It's the best looking part of that fire. They're in continued just patrolling and mopping up. They find a few smokes here and there each day. They're actually going to have some road equipment in there, grader and roller, to fix that road up. It kind of gets beat up as we have truck traffic going back and forth, so they're going to be working on that today. And the same here in Division Alpha Alpha along that section of road. They're going to continue to patrol and mop up as needed, and also address that road. The McKinley Creek fire, the Tire Mountain fire, are continue to be in patrol status. They look really good. We haven't seen any heat come out of those during this weather change. All right, we'll move down here to branch 12. Branch 12 consists of the Coffee Pot fire, the Moss Mountain fire, the 217, and the 208 fire. On the Coffee Pot fire, we have Division Romeo. It's looking really good. They're patrolling and mopping up where they do find some heat. These red blobs on the map indicate where there is still some fire edge. Whether it's active or not is kind of what we're really looking to see. Moving into Division Whiskey, they're finishing up and working on the indirect line between DP 37 down to DP 52, hauling out any material that was generated as part of that operation. They are working on the Moss Mountain fire, and they're checking up and really watching this western edge of the Moss Mountain fire. It's kind of creeped down. It's kind of in a bottom where there's a road in there. We're have helicopters daily checking that up and knocking down that heat as we discover it, and crews continue to keep an eye on that. They're also checking this southwest corner where we have a dozer line in there, making sure that there's no heat, as well as the area where it crossed the 2020 road. And that western side of Moss Mountain looks really good. In Division Sierra, they're improving again and addressing final touches on the road from DP 54 over here towards 46. They kind of have this eastern edge of the Moss Mountain fire, and they kind of have this little area here where there's a road that cuts through the Moss Mountain fire. They're getting in there and got some hose lays in there and starting to work some heat sources that they've discovered that we can get to safely to keep that in check as we finish up this indirect operation. Moving down into Papa Papa, they're patrolling the southern half of the coffee pot fire, continuing to work on that. And then mainly one of their big efforts right now is hauling out a lot of the material that was generated as part of the indirect line improvements in this whole network of roads down here, bringing it down towards the contingency staging area, Costin's Spike area, and a couple other places of where we are storing that material for future use. The contingency group, they're finishing up hauling some material into Costin and contingency staging, and then their real emphasis right now is working over here towards DP40, coming around and prepping roads, using some machinery to improve those roads to make them more defensible, to block off the 208 fire that's here in the wilderness, as well as the red fire that's over on the Deschutes National Forest, to make sure that they can't, if they do start wanting to come to the west, that we have a place where we can stop them. So that was our operational briefing for Thursday, August 29th. Thanks and have a great day.